Welcome to Buckeyes Tomorrow Morning for Saturday, September 13th. I'm your host, Tom Orr. The Ohio game is today, the game against Michigan in 77 days. Yeah, just 11 weeks away from the game against Michigan. Football season already starting to fly by. On today's show, we're going to be talking about tonight's game against the Ohio Bobcats. Going to get to hear from Ohio State tight end Will Casmmer, who I guess most relevant to today is also former Ohio tight end Will Casmmer. He played 3 seasons with the Bobcats before transferring up Route 33 to Columbus, Ohio to play for the Buckeyes. It was a real impact player for the Bobcats and has really found himself a nice role with the Buckeyes as well. So you get to hear from him about his time in Athens as well as his time in Columbus. It is going to be a busy day for us at BuckeyeHuddle.com. We got our full team covering that game tonight. Kickoff at 7 o'clock. It is on Peacock, so make sure you have your streaming stuff worked out before then. We'll have our usual pregame coverage around 5, as well as our live postgame show after the game to break down everything we saw, everything we learned, heading into the Buckeyes' first week off of the season. Should be a lot to talk about there. Also, if before you get ready for that game, want to make sure you also are checking out some of the other great content we've had this week. We have a couple of great shows with Ross Fulton on the morning show feed, also on our YouTube channel. You'll generally find it more interesting to watch those on YouTube because you can see the plays he's talking about, so make sure you check those out. We also did a multi-camera shoot of last week's pregame show for the Ohio State University Marching Band, as well as the Alumni Band. Tony, Kevin, and I were all out there giving you some multi-angle looks, a little behind-the-scenes look as well at that Ohio State Marching Band pregame show. I think you guys will enjoy that, so make sure you check that out on our YouTube channel as well. All right, so that out of the way, let's get on with the show. Let's let you hear from Will Casmmer. Of course, I mentioned 3 seasons at Ohio, now in his 2nd season at Ohio State. Chance to play his former team. What does that mean for him?
No, it's pretty cool. I mean, I knew this game on our schedule was going to come up quick, so I mean, it's going to be cool. I know a lot of the guys on the team still, a lot of the coaches, so we'll worry about that after the game, but it'll be cool for sure.
Casmmer really developed into an impact player at Ohio. He was known for his blocking, and that was one of the things that really attracted Ohio State to him when he entered the portal. But he also was someone who was a receiving threat down there as well, really developed his game during his time at Athens. So what did he get out of his time with the Bobcats to help prepare him for now playing with the Buckeyes?
I mean, I think I was just surrounded by a lot of good coaches. My former coach, Coach Metz, I mean, I feel like he's really the coach that got me up to speed in college ball and just that unit in general. So,
you heard him shout out his coach there. What's something that coach has taught him there in Athens that has helped him now with the Buckeyes?
I think just getting the speed of college football and just overall technique. Because coming out of high school, I mean, no one's polished. So he was definitely the first person that really got me into that position and, you know, actually doing what you're supposed to do.
Casmmer was really, really under-recruited coming out of high school in St. Louis. The Bobcats, his only FBS offer, as hard as that may be to believe. So when did he start to think that maybe he might not just be FBS good, but he might actually be able to play at a place like Ohio State?
I think towards the end of my 2023 season, I really felt like I was, dominating the role I had at that level. And I was trying to maximize my potential as best as possible. And then this opportunity came, and then we ran with it. So,
mentioned he had 3 seasons down in Ohio playing at the MAC level. Did he feel like he had to move up to the Big Ten level to play with the Buckeyes to really maximize his potential?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, just the overall competition. I mean, nothing like the MAC had great competition all around, but just like the depth here, like everything, like the Big Ten, we play SEC all the time. So just playing those big games, I really think could, improve your overall abilities.
Casmmer is someone who was definitely just kind of fell through the cracks in recruiting coming out of high school. Obviously, he's perfectly capable of playing at a very, very high level. He's playing tight end for the #1 team in the nation, getting starter reps there. So how significant is it for someone like him, who really was kind of a little bit just forgotten or missed, overlooked coming out of high school, to have the opportunity that the portal presents, who maybe developed quite a bit at the college level and turned into a player who could be an impact player at Ohio State?
I think it's really important just because, like, out of high school, I really didn't have too many opportunities, and I was blessed to get one from, like, Ohio. So, you know, going through there, taking my time there again with Coach Metz and the staff there, it really kind of elevated my game, and then, you know, down the road, it opened up this opportunity. So
Casmmer has a sort of unique perspective on tonight's game because, of course, now he comes at it from the perspective of Ohio State and Goliath coming at this game as a multiple touchdown favorite. But he also has the perspective of having played in a game like this at Ohio. When he was with the Bobcats, they went into a big Big Ten stadium to take on a highly ranked Big Ten team. So what is it like for the guys who are in the place that the Bobcats are today to have the opportunity to play in a game and in a stadium and in the spotlight like this?
So I played a game at Penn State, my first big away game, and that was like a crazy experience. I mean, you can imagine like the biggest fan base or the stadium in college football. So I mean, like the first two games of the season, they played Rutgers and West Virginia. So it's not the mat. Like they're going to be ready for, like, you know, whatever we throw at them. But I think just that stage could you know, affect some players. So
how grateful is Will Casmmer to the Ohio Bobcats for finding him, first of all, and developing him, and then giving him the opportunity to play at the FBS level?
Everything. I mean, I still talk to the coaches to this day. I mean, some of my best friends are still on that team. I talk to them and stuff like that. So, I mean, just that opportunity opened up the whole world for me in the football sense. So, forever grateful.
One of the players for Ohio that you've heard a lot about this week is quarterback Parker Navarro. He is a big play threat with both his arms and his legs, quite a dangerous weapon. He helped them obviously beat the West Virginia Mountaineers last week, 17-10, and nearly pulled off an upset win at Rutgers during week 1. So when Will Casmmer was playing with Parker Navarro, he was just the backup. Navarro was. But what was he like to play with?
Oh, yeah, we were good buddies. I mean, he was still, you know, throwing to us every day at practice, so it's not like I didn't, you know, get to play with him. But, no, he's a great guy. He's obviously a dual threat. He's got a really good arm, and he will make people miss. So, I mean, talented guy, but, I mean, he's one of my better friends. So.
What is it about Parker Navarro's ability and Parker Navarro's game that makes him such a dangerous weapon for the Ohio offense?
I mean, just his ability to run an offense and, you know, scramble. His scramble skills are insane. Like, he'll make people miss, and he'll, you know, put his shoulder down and get the extra yard.
Casmmer, going back to his time in Athens, has always gotten a lot of attention for his blocking. That is not necessarily the flashy part of the tight end job, but it is maybe the most important part of the tight end job in many cases. And it was certainly the thing that drew him to Ohio State and drew Ohio State to him in the first place when he was in the transfer portal. So as someone who is really known as a blocking tight end and a fantastic blocker, what was it like to then get recognized last week for his receiving? He had the first touchdown of the game against Grambling, long reception right down the seam, nice catch, nice run after the catch. What was it like to get recognized for his receiving and not his blocking?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, it felt great. But, I mean, we all have a job, and we're just put out there to, you know, execute. So, like I said, we knew that was going to be open all week, and the look showed, and we just took advantage of it.
And finally, he was asked about his quarterback, Julian Sayin, his growth this year, his development as a player, where he's seen Julian Sayin sort of excelling this year.
I mean, just the way he practices, so, like, it's pretty much a game every time. So I think just getting those reps against the best defense in the country every day just puts you in that mindset of just going against like a real opponent every day. So those reps just add up, and you play with a lot of confidence.
Well, Will Casmmer will certainly be one of the big stories tonight as the Buckeyes take on the Bobcats, 7 o'clock on Peacock. If you want to hear more about the Ohio side of things with the Bobcats, Tony Gerdeman and I did a look at 5 Ohio players to know, to watch during the game. Some really impressive players on both sides of the ball for the Bobcats. So you'll want to check that one out to be ready for tonight's game. You can find that in the Buckeye Weekly podcast feed, or of course on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Buckeye Huddle. We'll have plenty of coverage coming up for you throughout the day. It'll be a lovely evening in Ohio Stadium. Weather looks good. Another nice day for football. And yes, you finally get a primetime kick. No noon kickoff here. Have a nice long day for tailgating, enjoying all the festivities. Should be a great game tonight as well. And once that game is over, we will have our usual post-game coverage for you as well. YouTube.com/Buckeye Huddle. Make sure you are subscribed to our channel. Make sure you hit that bell to get notified when we post new videos. We'll have our usual, like I said, pregame coverage coming up around 5 o'clock. Post-game coverage after the game. Those primetime games, that post-game coverage sometimes gets a little loose, gets a little fun, as the audience is a little loose and a little fun after those primetime games. So we will be there for you. Should be a fun post-game show. And then heading into the Buckeyes week off as they get ready 2 weeks from now to take on the Washington Huskies. But we got to take it one game at a time. The Bobcats tonight, 7 o'clock on Peacock. We will be there. We hope you're there with us as well at youtube.com/Buckeye Huddle and BuckeyeHuddle.com. That will do it for today. Thank you guys all for joining us. Have a great day. Enjoy the game. We'll talk to you later on.